Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel, and there's transfer updates on Fabrizio Romano, the independent on Ivan Toney, Manuel Ugarte. We're going to also discuss Luke Shaw and Matthias de Ligt later on in the video, plus anything and everything that you want to talk about. As usual, Red, so get involved in that chat. First of all, I'm going to start on this report that's come out earlier this afternoon on Ivan Toney, that Manchester United might be tempted to go in for a loan move with an obligation to buy for Ivan Toney.
There's an opportunity to buy Ivan Toney. At this stage of the transfer window, it would be an excellent bit of transfer move. He has got the firepower. Add that to what we've got, it would be remarkable. If there's any chance whatsoever, whether it's a loan deal, option to buy, to me, it wouldn't matter. He would add the firepower, and everyone in the Premier League would stand up and say, Man United are coming. Absolutely brilliant if they get it done. Maybe some dark arts have to be used here, but hey, if he's on the tongue, go and get him.
If he's on the tongue, we've got the people in the background as well who can make deals happen. We've seen it in a short space of time with the players we've already brought in. But with Ivan Toney, I've seen Thomas Frank, the manager, earlier on today on Sky Sports, insisting that he will be there when the transfer window shuts, still at Brentford.
They've got a problem. They're going to lose a lot of money. They can't afford to lose a lot of money. Ivan Toney wants a move. He wants a big club. Manchester United would suit him. I think it's perfect for him. It's okay, the manager saying this, that he wants to keep Ivan Toney. Clearly, he's not talking about a new contract, signing a new contract. He's on the move. And Man United, if the possibility's there, should be going and get him. This is a player, what I look at, who holds the ball up. He looks for space. He gets the space in the penalty box, scores goals. He's got all the qualities you want. A goal scorer, a proven goal scorer. I can't talk more highly of him for a man of his age and for what he's going to cost and what he will add to Manchester United. If the possibility is there, Dan Ashworth, right, get your pen out, get down there, get your running boots on, do whatever you've got to do. At this stage of the transfer window, to have someone like that, get him now. And if he comes on a loan, a short-term loan, option to buy and all that, fine. I'm not bothered. Just go and get him.
Yeah, got a year left on his deal, and it makes sense, surely, from Brentford's point of view, to pocket the money now instead of letting him leave on a free, because like you said earlier on, it looks like he's not interested at all in signing any new deal or an extended contract.
No, there's been talk for 18 months. We all know that he was out of the game for a while because of misdemeanours, what he'd done. And he's made it quite clear he wants to move on. Brentford, no, I think they're just talking and playing the game. He will be sold. He will get to some club, and hopefully Man United will get him. The opportunity's there, get him. Brentford, they're going to take the money. I don't care what Frank says. They will take the money. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Problem being, have Manchester United got the funds? Can we stretch that budget any further to recruit a player in like Ivan Toney? Because let me know what you think out there. As it currently stands now, what would it take to tempt Brentford in selling Ivan Toney?
I look at it this late stage of the transfer window. If United are looking at him and talking about him, then they must be able to afford him in one way or the other. We know that you can get players, pay so much up front and then pay it on the drip. And I think that's what it is. You can pay over a few years. Yeah. And I think United, if they're talking about him and they're looking at him, then they're going to go for him. The money's there, the deal's there. And like I say, it's all about the art of the deal. It's doing the business, right? And I look at it all now, this transfer window, and I say to myself, Dan Ashworth has done the business. So I've no complaints there. And
it actually seems as well, we've already had 4 players come in, but it seems like the possibility of a transfer window hotting up even more at this late stage with, a couple of weeks still to go, where we're actually confident that we can still go and get at least another 2 players in to boost that squad.
Well, if you go back, we've always been getting players right at the death. Yeah. This is the opposite. We've got our players in. So looking at Toney, for instance, is a bonus. If the opportunity arises, you should jump at it. And here it is, end of the window, opportunities here, then go and look at it and try and get the deal done, which is totally opposite to what we've been used to for the last, for quite a while, to be honest with you. So, you know, everything's looking good in United's favour. A player wants to come to United.
I must admit, though, I did actually watch and listen to a podcast he was on. It was earlier last season.
Yes.
And on the podcast, he did mention, like, I think he said he was a Liverpool fan, but he wanted to play for Arsenal. He seemed to think his attributes and the way he plays would mostly fit Arsenal. But does that really matter these days? Because I've heard a few people talk about that in his likely destination in the future.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter who he supports.
Yeah.
Where he thinks he wanted to go 18 months ago. I did watch the interview.
Oh, have you seen it as well, yeah?
I've seen the interview, and I thought to myself, he's got to Arsenal. There's been talks behind everyone's backs like they do, and it looked like he was lining up for Arsenal, but Arsenal have swerved it. So he's left with no option. So at the end of the day, he wants to come and play football, and there's no better place than Manchester United. So I think he'd jump at the chance. I think conversations have gone on around, not just with Man United, but the thing is, it's football. He's here, Man United, he's a goal scorer, big lad, and he would just add the firepower. And I just think it would be the icing on the cake for a tremendous transfer window what we've had.
Yeah, if you was to get the likes of Ugarte and Toney as well, not in my living memory as well, I can't remember a better transfer window or summer one with the players that we've actually recruited, especially with the potential we've got with the likes of Xerxes and Yoro in there as well.
I think when United are looking at opportunities in that, I think a lot of United fans are surprised that we're still continuing to look for players. I think when you look, we've got 4 players in. I think everyone thought that was it. But we're at the end of the transfer window, and if opportunities come, then why not get them if they suit the system? But Tony would suit the system. Is a warrior in that box. I look at him, the power, how he gets to the ball, the headers and all that, and the way he moves. He's just so strong, and he's fearless. And I think when you'd look at it, if he was at the front there, and then the way United attack down the wings, I just think it'd be a frightening attack. And it'd be lovely to watch.
Do you think it's a position that we actually need? Obviously, we've got Højlund out injured currently. Okay, I think it was a couple of weeks ago they said he was going to be out for 6 weeks, so it's going to be after the international break.
Yeah.
We've got Xerxes there. Where's he up to with his match fitness? But do you think we actually really need Ivan Toney when we've got them two who can play centre forward? And Ivan Toney really would be more of a luxury player just to boost that centre forward role. What
you need is a strong squad. I go back, I look at it, we used to have 4 strikers at one point. Yeah. This is a long season, you know, 3 cup competitions. You've got to try and get and challenge for that league position. You need a strong squad. Having 3-4 strikers, you know, that's how it used to be. We need a strong 18, 20-man squad with a few more added to it. What are definitely starters. That's what I'm saying. 18 players, what can definitely start in the 11 and the others to back up. But if you've got 3 strikers, you can't complain.
Yeah, you've got to have a strong bench these days as well, especially with the substitutions and how many you can use over a game. And that's definitely fought into the plans for the managers and the coaching staff when they're going up against teams as well.
Yeah, it is. I think when you think it's in the managers and the coaching ideas, their plans, you've got to remember, games aren't 90 minutes anymore. I watched games last year, right? They were 110 minutes. 110 minutes. So it takes a lot, this Premier League, out of players. So you do need plenty of players on the bench and in the squad. So to have 3 strikers at the start of the season, I see no problem in it. And I think it's the right thing to do if the opportunity comes to United. Grab him.
Yeah, I do think with what time is left in the transfer window, I do expect more stories around Ivan Toney.
Yes.
Linking him to Manchester United. And if we can get that Ivan Toney in at United, it's be a fantastic transfer window. But I'm going to go on to another player as well, Manuel Ugarte, and this player clearly wants to come to Manchester United. And from what I've heard from Fabrizio Romano, his agents over here, Jorge Mendes as well, speaking to Manchester United to try and get a deal done for him because he wants to move it.
Yeah, it's all right in wanting to move. I mean, there's hundreds, possibly thousands of players around the world what want to come to Manchester United. But the thing is, they're way too far apart in the valuation of Ugarte. United clearly have no intention of paying what PSG want. I don't know how they overcome this for Ugarte to come to Manchester United. It's okay, the agent talking to Manchester United. It's nothing to do with the agent. That's all been done as far as I'm concerned. I've seen lots of reports that they've spoken previously. They've no problem coming to United, no problem paying whatever the wages are. It's down to PSG. They put the foot down after 2 months of negotiations and said, this is what we want. So he can talk as much as he wants, Ugarte. I think this is not going anywhere, me. I think it's just down to the two clubs to sort a price out. And Man United have made it clear. And I've got to say this. I'm sick to death of having our pants pulled down in the transfer market. So I'm going along with United. They've offered what they think is a reasonable price. They should stick to it. And at the end of the day, I look at Ugarte and his agent, and they've got to accept that PSG won't go that route. So to me, I don't think...
Yeah, but the thing is, with Mendes, he's obviously acting on the player's behalf. He clearly knows that Ugarte is in a rush and he wants to come to Man United. So he's kind of obviously a broker, an intermediary to try and get this deal sorted between Manchester United and PSG. And as we all know, he's been in the game a very long time. Mendes, been the agent of some top players. So he's been used to brokering a deal himself. Yeah. And for me, is United's top priority target? Well, is Man United's priority target in that midfield area? And like I said before about Ivan Toney, I think this is a deal that we will see go through for Ugarte. I really do. It might go to the later stages of the transfer window, but I'm positive that we will get this one over the line.
And this is the excitement of the transfer window late on. Yeah. Anything can happen, and I might be totally wrong. Kieron might be totally right, but the thing is, it does get you at it. But the facts, as you look at them, it's the valuation what splits this deal and sends it crashing.
Yeah, no, I think, well, years gone by, the fee that PSG actually won, I think Man United would have actually paid that. But we've got proper people running the football club now, looking after the purse strings, making sure it gets used wisely. And like I say, I am confident we'll get at least 1 or 2 more deals done. But we need that midfield strengthening. I've said it for quite a long time now. That needs strengthening for me, because we'll see the same old problems, I think, throughout the season, especially coming into that second half of the season where it's a bit of a slog, where we need rotation with top quality players in that midfield who can handle it and not leave that back four exposed.
We clearly need that midfield bolstering up, but United might have another plan if it doesn't work out, or if they don't come back and go towards United's valuation. I said the other day, I think United are ready to have someone from within to step up into the squad and take that place. So it's all a matter of wait and see, and let's see if a deal can be done. It's fingers crossed for that midfield. It needs filling. Ugarte's there, he wants to come, but there's a price problem.
Luke Shaw.
Ooh.
I mean, where are we up to with Luke Shaw? I mean, that news that come out yesterday that he's going to be out for the opening games and won't be returning until after the international break. Well, let's hope he's not going in international duty and playing for England as well on that international break. You know what I mean?
Well, I would absolutely snap. I would go mental. I really, really would go mental. I am really, really annoyed at what's happened here. I look back to the Euros. He should never have gone. We knew it would end in tears. I did say it would end in tears.
You did.
He's come back 3 weeks on holiday after playing 120 minutes or something. He's not even had a picture on the pitch. Nobody has pictured him on the training pitch, and straight away he's done himself. So what's he done in the 3 weeks on the holiday? Has he just done exactly what he's done before? Gone out there, boozing, eating, not looking after himself? Because he has done that in the past. He has come back and he has got sent off for special training because he wasn't fit, he wasn't prepared. I am absolutely sick to death of reading time after time about Luke Shaw. I look at us also.
You've got to look at his age as well and his experience, and especially with the injuries that he's suffered in his career. No player wants to get injured, but some of the injuries that he's suffered, you'd expect him to take care of himself a lot better. I think the last time he'd played for Man United, was it back in February? I could be wrong with that, but let me know. So you'd be expecting him to come back after the Euros. Like, eager to get back and get in on a training regime to make sure he's near enough fully fit come the start of the Premier League season, not coming back and then getting injured, surely. I mean, where's his head at?
This story with Luke Shaw, it's not ending well. It's not. It just doesn't look right. And many United fans have commented out there. I've spoke to loads of United fans, and he should never, ever have gone. And I said, like most people have said, this will end in tears. Ten Hag turned round last week about the Charity Shield. There's a question mark over him. He knew it wasn't a question mark. He knew he wasn't going to be in the squad because of the injury. So I'm puzzled why he said that. Maybe to keep the noise away from the Charity Shield. I can understand that. But he's not been pictured out there. He's just come back. Listen, he might have even tripped over a curb. Who knows with Luke Shaw? Okay, at this moment, that's how he could have done it. But I'm really angry, and I think everyone should be angry at what's gone on here, because this isn't just Luke Shaw coming back. This is like, why did Luke Shaw go on the England? I don't understand how the club, the coaches, the medical staff allowed him to go. Okay, allowed him to go. I just don't understand it at all.
Yeah, I know when you're saying that at the end there about the medical staff, the club actually allowing to go. We actually don't know what's been discussed behind the scenes with Manchester United and the England camp with Shaw going to the Euros. We don't know if it was all pre-planned in terms of, right, he can only play this a certain amount of games. We just don't know the full facts there. But it's not the first time it's happened, really, with Luke Shaw. A few years back, didn't he go and play for England against Scotland? And it was in a friendly. And he admitted that he wasn't fit enough to play. And he got injured. And
he got injured, come off, got injured, and then he missed several months with Man United. But that's Luke Shaw. He thought of England first before Man United. I do get people being passionate, playing for their international side, but you get paid by the club, and that should be your first priority. I just think Luke Shaw there, I go back, he was blaming everybody about being injured. I shouldn't have played against Luton in January. He was blaming other people as well as blaming himself. I thought that was very poor of him. I've really gone off, but it's not that I've really gone off him.
Do you know something?
I've not been on him for a long time, and I have over the last few years mentioned Luke Shaw, and this to me just sums it up. And that's why I'm really annoyed that a situation like this has happened, because the reality is it should never have come to this.
Yeah, with you mentioning about January, now I'm trying to trigger my brain, because you're right, he'd come out in an interview and said something, and it was mentioning Erik Ten Hag, as though Ten Hag's asked him, like, basically, are you fit, you know, can you play for me? And it was as though, like, he was saying, like, not just blaming him, but saying, well, why would I say no, even if I was injured?
Of course, he was putting pressure on him.
Yeah, of course, if I'm going to be asked to play, I'm going to play whether I'm fit or not. And I remember that. Yeah, you've just triggered my memory. Probably triggered some of yours out there. But you're talking about question marks on Luke Shaw and his short-term, long-term career still here at Manchester United. We've got question marks in at left-back. Who's going to be playing left-back? Now, I know Mazza, a.k.a. Mazwari, he can play left-back, but is he fit enough to slot in come Friday? I'm not too sure. These loan options there that I see reports linking to Ben Chilwell from Chelsea. I mean, is that a good option? We've seen Reguilon come on loan last season. You know, are we going to have to do the same thing again? I don't know. We
might end up going in for a lone player. We might have to, but let's see. There's plenty of people out there what have played right back, what have been centre half. So you just don't know. Friday will tell you. But the situation, what we're in with the left back, really should have been resolved at the start of the transfer window. Yourself, me, Webby, have been saying left back, we need a left back because there is a problem, and a long-term problem. It might be looked at now.
It might be looked at now, but I'm sure behind the scenes, the likes of Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, etc., the manager, the coaching staff, after this latest setback from Luke Shaw, you would be thinking they will start to plan and look ahead to recruit a new left-back, not in January, but next summer at least.
Well, if I'd have been Erik Ten Hag, knowing that Luke Shaw's come back and straight away injured his calf, I'd have smashed the door off its hinges.
I was just about to say, I cannot imagine what you would actually say.
I would have been in my office and smashed that door off its hinges I would have. I don't think there's any other response I could have done if I was the manager of Manchester United.
Yeah.
Because I would have just pulled my hair out, and even though he's got no hair. But that's the reaction. And I think that reaction was echoed all over, not just Manchester, wherever Manchester United fans are.
To be honest with you, when I seen that news and I got it up on my phone, I just went, oh my God, and just threw my phone onto the settee. I just thought, what is going on with this lad?
To be honest,
where's his mind at?
He even got a reaction out of your mother. Your mother even went, you can't believe that.
Did you?
And that's your mother reacting to a Manchester United player, which often you don't hear like that. She normally keeps her counsel. But hey, that's Luke Shaw for you.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave everything there. Like I say, we're positive that we can still get some transfer business done at Manchester United. At least one or two more players. A midfielder, I've heard it. Well, I've said it before. You've heard me.
Yeah.
You've said it as well. We need a midfielder in. Ivan Toney, for me, would be a right bonus, the icing on the cake, if we did get some sort of transfer there for him before the transfer window shuts. But yeah, if you'd like to smash your like on the video to help support us, still get involved in the comment section, because we want to know your thoughts and opinions on everything discussed today. And for all our members out there, come and join us live at 3:30, where we'll be doing our own Premier League predictions. I've not got a clue your predictions, you've not got a clue with mine, so it should be an entertaining video. So we'll see you all at 3:30. Everyone else on the main channel, thanks for your support, and we'll be back tomorrow in the morning at 8 a.m. Get that notification on, because we've got an interview coming with an ex-Manchester United player.
Legend.
And he's a legend. So we'll see you all there. Thank you.
Good, that son. Enjoyed it.